Agree with that. I don't think there's any issues. I don't mind talking about this because I can just, flag my thing and it is flagged currently. I don't mind talking about that because, like, that video, the reason why I wanted to react to it and watch it was because I felt, despite it, the modern day online, right? I don't know any other way to call it. Thinking is intellectually stimulating to talk about these things, which it can be. And thinking there are thought leaders out there who can be intellectually stimulating talking about it, which maybe these guys are on any other day. The three of them talking about how to be accountable with intellectual debate was miserable because all three of them showed a bias to how they view debates should go, and all three rely on fatal conceits that reduce their own point to nothing. Like,
I am in ready for you where we last left off.
cool, I think we're about to fight some Delving Goliaths. And so I was just frustrated because I'm used to people having, like, if they're going to make an appeal to authority, they're okay citing sources. There were no sources cited last night in that thing. If people are going to reject opinions and substitute their own, they usually try to ground it in not just anecdotal experience, but consistent efforts to dismay the truth. And the problem is COVID is a great talking point, but it is not the only talking point on that. There is plenty of medical research prior to COVID that is dishonest. There's plenty of political research prior to 2020 and 2016 that is dishonest. Like, there's a lot of examples that are just outside of the current snapshot and the snapshot of World War II. And I find the fact that internet debate is stuck in a... We're just like 1939 as the two frames of reference. It's either modern or 1939 is intellectually stunting to wanting to talk about politics because everyone gets immediately charged. Oh, it's 1939. Your thought is Nazi Germany. It's not 1939 America, where we're talking about isolationism or interventionism because we see the world falling apart. It always jumps to the Weimar comparison rather than our own country in 1939, which it had its issues, but hey, we actually resolved that debate because at the end of the day, we realized that we could watch the world fall to depart. We could watch it fall to chaos and destroy itself, but we will be left out of that world order that is built in the chaos. Do we want to be left out of that world order built in the chaos? No,
Or
we want
even
to...
worse is because we did not get involved, we won't be able to somehow ameliorate the world, the new world order that comes out of chaos.
I mean, it's true. Well, because we didn't choose a side. Whoever wins that chaos, they will hate
who
us.
we're going to have to interact with,
Yeah.
good or bad.
Is it better to be an adversary to the New World Order, or is it better to be neutral to the New World Order? Well, like, if you're Switzerland, you're small, no one cares if you're neutral forever. But if you're a big
Because no one's
power...
going to trek across your land to go to their enemy on the other side because your land is surrounded by mountains and it's a hell to get through.
Right. Switzerland has an ocean of mountains to protect it. But in the case of the United States, like, global trade goes through Panama, and in 1939, that would have gone through us. Like,
Right.
sure, the world could have relied on Suez, but for the course of the world, the Americans never got involved. The Suez could have
Actually,
easily
they
been
can't
blown
rely
up.
on Suez. Isn't the tanker, the Israeli, or whatever boat the Israelis sank in the Suez still there?
I mean, there's a lot of
The
things
Six
still in
Days
the...
War?
Still a lot of things in the Suez, to be fair. That doesn't inhibit the amount of traffic going through the Suez. The Suez is still, like, one of the most trafficked
I thought it
naval
was
locations
tiny. I
on the
thought it
planet.
couldn't do like some of the super tank. I thought it wasn't big enough to do some of the more modern ships.
Nah, it's not that it can't do modern ships. It's that if modern ships don't try to go through without a warning, they get stuck like the Ever Given was stuck. Like, the Ever Given tried to go through without giving due notice to the Suez that it was going to try, and then when the Suez told them, "What are you doing? You're too big to go in here," they tried to turn around, which is just absolutely insane to do in the Suez
But see,
Canal.
I thought there was something even worse about Suez. Was there was something that got sunk in there during the 6 Days War?
It
in
suck.
68.
It suck outside on the Mediterranean side, and it does
Oh,
limit
okay.
access. But nothing deep goes to the Suez anyway, because the Suez is a shallow canal.
Right. That's the other problem. A lot of the big super tankers and stuff just go too deep to be able to go through the
Yeah, that's why they
Suez.
wind up going oceanic around Africa most times. The Ever Given was the first attempt by a big super tanker that was not, like, deep in the water to try to go through the Suez, and it led to that horrifying scare where basically, like, the Suez is not wide enough nor deep enough to handle most modern-day cargo. It is still necessary for global trade, but it is a choke point rather than a relief point in global trade. Like, the opposite is the case of, like, the Straits of Malacca. A lot of ships go through it because it's navigable waters, but you can't really choke point in the same way like the Suez is choke point. The Straits of Malacca are just south of, like, Thailand.
Oh, okay.
It's the easiest navigable pass
Southeast Asia. Okay.
Yeah, in Southeast Asia. You don't, instead of going through, like, all of Indonesia, you go, like, near it and over it, and so you go by the Philippines instead. And a lot of boats do that route because it's just safer.
Okay.
But I watched that video and I was just like, I've been intellectually understimulated by this conversation and infuriated because, like, the guy who constantly is going, we need to trust the experts, is also a COVID denier. So again, he hates the experts, but you're going to make an appeal to authority argument as the basis for your criticism of people who, say crazy shit about World War II.
He doesn't want to trust the experts. He wants to trust the people he believes are experts.
Well, that's a fallacy then. That's not just a fail to logic. That's an intentional fail.
But that's the way a lot of people argue. Unless you will unfailingly believe who they are citing, then you can't have a conversation. Because how can I argue with you how can I discuss this with you if you can't even agree that I'm right?
Well, and that's the thing is like the first hour of that conversation, which is all I made through on stream, because again, it's painful to go through, is three idiots arguing about a mutual of theirs, about whether that guy is smart or a Nazi sympathizer. And it's like, I think he's both. I think he's both smart and he has Nazi sympathies. I don't think he's a Nazi, but I think he wants to explore the avenues in which we are not the good guys in history. And the problem with doing that and not having the hat on of there are no good guys in history is you wind up portraying whoever the adversary is as the essential good guy. And that becomes a problem because if you're going to take the avenue that Churchill is not a good guy in World War II, just embrace the attitude that there were no good guys in World War II. All sides did something bad. All sides were horrible to humanity writ large. Mass casualties and mass civilians deaths occurred on all sides because everyone targeted indiscriminately. That's a valid argument. It does do a lot of moral equivalence, and you are giving like watershed to Nazi ideology, I feel like, by saying that they're equivalent.
I sit here and go, I don't think I can do that. I have to believe the Allies are good guys.
I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying if you're going to explore an alternative way of thinking about the Second World War, in which the Allies are not the good guys, you can't come away with thinking the communists are the good guys, because the communists did just as much Jew murder and Jew hatred peddling, and mass devastation and rape of the land in the Eastern European lands as much as the Nazis did. They gave and took both sides.
Stalin did. I mean, Stalin did all those death pits, you know.
Well, yeah, there was a bunch of mass graves that were caused by the communists, and also the Holodomor occurred before the Holocaust ever did. And it's a terrifying part for Ukrainian history.
The Holodomor?
Yeah, Stalin starved 13 million Ukrainians to death.
I don't remember that, but
to be fair, the Holodomor didn't come about as knowledge until after World War II, because other than people who had grown up,
Holocaust didn't come out until after World War II.
No, sorry, after the Cold War, because the Holodomor required Eastern Europeans to say things that were counter official Soviet historical narratives, and so it basically took the fall of the Soviet Union for the Holodomor to be stated as a historical fact.
Because I was gonna be like, I never studied that in high school or college.
It basically Stalin didn't like how the Ukrainians were behaving because they wanted to be their own independent SSR, and he's like, you're not an independent people, you're just Russians, and the best way to show you're just Russians is to teach you how to think, and so he starved them until they stopped wanting to be an SSR. Okay. Which is why there is a huge amount of Ukrainian Nazis in the SS. And now I'm gonna go yell at my child because he sprang the wall.
Here, Magnum. 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 Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. I love you, but you clawed my leg, baby. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Alright, I'm back, Mom. Sorry about that.
Okay, so he's never stopped spraying?
He hasn't sprayed in a while in that corner, but he did today. I don't know.
Is there anything up against it anymore? Furniture? I was worried it was like near where your couch was now.
No, he sprayed in the area where the bedroom is. He hasn't sprayed outside where the couch is. I've menaced him enough times out near the couch. He hasn't done that in a while. But he's still spraying the bedroom occasionally, and I'm not exactly sure why. What's that?
The bedroom I stayed in?
Yes, that bedroom.
Where's he spraying in there?
In the place where you put your luggage at.
That corner?
Yeah, by the door.
I mean, it's possible that one of my cats may have sprayed the outside of that luggage, because Brody was spraying in that corner, I found out. So
I mean, yeah, I get that he might smell it. I don't know. I don't. And I don't have the carpet cleaner down here, so I can't go at it right now. I'll probably go at it later tonight.
No, that's fine. Except it wouldn't have left this. I mean, the smell would be just from it being on the suitcase. That's the weird thing.
Unless there was, like, something on it.
I guess. I'm sorry if I caused it in any way.
Is it not charging? Come on.
So, Ducky's still sick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, this is what I should have done. I've got too much gold, it's telling me.
Alright, get out of the circle. I'm trying to...
Yes, I know my gold bag is almost full. Jeez. Character. I've still got 21,000 I can collect in gold. Give me a break. Okay, talk to Warden Benthamic. Do you have that, or do you still need to fight?
I can talk to the warden. Sorry, I'm dealing with the cord that I had to plug in my phone down here.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure you had gotten yours too. to go up this ladder.
Just trying to get my cord to charge.
I'm there if you just want to teleport to me.
I will in a moment. I'm just getting my phone going. And also trying to get the duck to go get the... Got a DoorDash with Pepto and stuff, so just give me a moment.
No problem. Oh, crap. I just teleported home. Oh, wait. If I exit, it'll take me back to where I last was.
I go upstairs for just a moment, Mom, so I can get the DoorDash that Duck got.
No, that's fine. Hi, Ellie.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm here at the bazaar. I'm spending some money, so I'll quit getting Zeke yelling at me. So give me just a moment.
You're fine.
I marked where I was sitting waiting for you so I can teleport back there once I'm done doing this. But I just wanted to buy some things to get Zeke off my back.
That's fair. Hello, everyone.
I said hi, everyone, but no one had respond. I mean, no one was there. I fear I post that.
Yeah, I mean, is this in the chat window for a little bit of time? Eventually it fades out. But, yeah, the deck got, a DoorDash for Pepto and Pedialyte. Because...
Wait, I just bought stuff and he's still telling me I'm about to lose some gold. For God's sakes.
Oh, there's a ladder. Okay. Did you talk to the warden?
Yes, I did. Just a moment, I'll be back there so you can. I'm sorry.
I already
was
talked
just
to the warden. I
trying
just
to-
didn't know if you had.
Yes, I had.
Alright.
If you want to move on from there, I'll teleport to you. I just was trying to spend some cash while I was waiting on you instead of just sitting here. I figured I'd try to spend some cash. Sorry.
It's a tight little area he's on. But yeah, I can move on. Oh, so hello, Duck. Oh,
Oh, hi, Duck.
we're ready to go into a dungeon. It's like...
Sorry, give me just a moment. Okay, he quit bitching at me after I spent more money. All right, I'm coming back to where I marked. Okay. Did you already move on?
Yeah.
Okay, investigate the cell.
Uh-huh.
Do you have to go to the door behind him?
You gotta go down the ladder.
Oh, okay.
Back down the ladder, you went up, and then around the corners where the door
I'm
is.
trying to find the ladder where I came up.
Yeah, that platform's not big. You need to go to the corner.
Oh, I found it. I walked by it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a small platform they put that guy's giant body on, so it's hard to figure out where you need to
Alright.
be on that.
Ready?
Yep. Since the duck is with some tummy issues, I told him to get some Pepto and Pedialyte. So that with a combo, they can just get whatever's in them out of them.
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Was that to me or was that to Doug?
I was just saying generally. The duck taking Pepto, fingers crossed. Good luck, baby.
She got stomach flu or something?
So she's got an ear infection, but and that's fine. But they did not hear that she said she was feeling flush and that she was having stomach pains. So I think she's got like an unresolved stomach bug while she's dealing with an ear infection. So
What are all of her symptoms?
things that are not
Nausea?
comfy on stream that I don't want to talk about on stream.
No, okay, we can talk about off stream.
She
Okay.
could text you literally her symptoms if you really want to know that much.
I'm stunned that they didn't
I
listen.
She went into it. She did a walk-in, and I don't feel like they treated her well.
No, all right. Same clinic you're going to?
No, not that I'm going to. It's the one that she went to before.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't have the same insurance, remember? So we are going to the same
I didn't know
hospitals.
if you only had one type of clinic and you both went to the same clinic or not. Sorry.
No.
Living where I'm living, you can understand why I would think just no matter what your insurance is, you're going to a certain place.
We aren't dealing with a monopoly of insurance companies. We're dealing with a lack
Well,
of...
it's not just a monopoly of insurance companies. Even the two hospitals are connected in some ways now.
On the outside, Dollar General had the blue raspberry. I don't know if I've ever had the blue raspberry Pedialyte. I usually go for the strawberry.
Hi, Magma. Yes, I love you. Everybody say hi to Peach and Magma.
Alright, stream, you're about to get 3 minutes of unsanctioned ads. I apologize in advance, but such is life.
What?
I'm having to do a 3-minute ad so that way we don't have to do ads throughout the entirety of the stream. So I was giving everyone a warning. Hey, we're about to have 3 minutes of ads. Good luck. Ooh. Your Discord notices are on stream, babe. I wish I could do something about that. Because with the way Discord does stream overlays now, I haven't figured out the setting exactly to make it stop showing up in streams. Or is it just the chirps? It might just be the chirps. It's because I'm not in streamer mode anymore. There we go. I can enable it. That should at least hide the blurbs for now. I didn't even think about the pings. I usually actually want the pings on so that way I can hear them during, like, D&D, but, a server of our friends is just, like, spam posting stickers right now. And it's... oh, man. They're going on and on and on and on. It's just the chirps, okay. Meow! Hi, Piss Baby. Wow, that's you. Go use your litter box. Wow. Yeah, you fucking on it? He's got one of the little pom-pom balls down here. Let's get the little fuzzies. He's chasing it. He's going for it for a hot minute. He hit the dingle ball. Now he's right up the stairs. Like a maniac. I should do like a video of Ryder running around, but narrate it like it's the wacky races. Did I lose you, Mom?
No, I'm here. I'm looking at my spells. Sorry.
Okay.
And Decky had just texted me what was going on.
Okay. I have a camera we can do that with. That's true. We do have that now.
Well, at least the fever broke. That's good.
Yeah, that was yesterday, thankfully enough.
Yeah. I don't want to go into any more since we don't want to talk about this on stream, so.
Yeah, like, it's not my health, it's the duck's health. If it was my own health, I wouldn't mind talking about it, but...
I understand. British writer documentary.
The wild British... The wild rider.
So, I don't know if you're aware of, but Greg Gutfeld is starting a new game show on Fox Nation May 12th. It's called What Did I Miss?
That's it
Have
could be
no idea what
entertaining.
it.
It could also be like really painfully cringy.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It could be either extreme.
There's
But
nothing
I'm
that
not going to subscribe
there's
to.
no
I'm not
middle
going to.
ground with that.
But I'm not going to subscribe to Fox Nation just to find out either. So
There's a guy who does really funny clips of his D&D streams that I occasionally watch. His name is Brennan Lee,
I
and
think Arbiter watches something because he watches some D&D stream that he's really hooked on.
the Brennan Lee stuff is very entertaining. But he appears on some other comedy channel stuff, and like I see the game shows that he's been on with that, and sometimes they're funny, and then other times I'm just like, yeah, I don't have like young millennial Zoomer humor. This is not hitting me. My boomer is too intense in me. I have too much Gen Xer influence on my childhood. I'm not finding this funny. I'm just going like, oh my god, please, just mature.
It's like when I watch Game Show Network and there's particularly cringeworthy contestants on the game show, and I'm sitting there going, oh my god.
I don't mind talking about it on stream, but the tummy part is just icky. That's so real, bestie. As someone who's had tummy pains for the majority of my adult life, I don't want
Now
to
I'm
necessarily.
considering what I deal with
What do you deal with? You want to finish that thought there?
I'm sorry. I stopped because I saw video footage and I'm just like stunned. Basically, this guy used a plastic trash can to capture some sort of crocodile or alligator. And I'm like, won't it bite through the plastic was what I was thinking, which is why I didn't say anything. Greg showing animal things. Anyway, I have stomach issues, since I had the surgery. So I understand tummy issues and I don't really like talking about them because most people don't understand. They think only of what they're dealing with when they're sick, and they don't understand that this is just a way of life to me now. So.
If they weren't balanced, I would do an attack, but I don't have any attack. I'm going to try to kill myself.
Well, they're balanced, so my life and my death is going to hurt them, thankfully.
Oh, that's nice. I critical myself. Let's go.
I guess I'll just cast a heal on you because I really don't have anything else to do at the moment. No attacks.
He might be low enough now I can kill him. We'll see.
Well, I can throw a little thing at him. That's all I've got at the... Oh, wait.
Yeah, little things will be helpful. I don't know if I'll be able to get him.
So, just to verify, normally when you come home, like on Wednesday nights, you're not getting home until 8 your time?
It depends on what time.
Okay. Because I'm supposed to help with a hymn sing at the church next Wednesday, but I should be available after 8 o'clock my time, which would be 9 your time, to play for an hour or two, if that's good.
I mean, that's fine. It just depends on when I go.
Next Friday I have my massage, so.
Okay, yeah. The duck is trying to help me get better about going in earlier so I come home less late. It's hard.
What?
What?
You said somebody, I didn't understand.
I said the duck. I said the duck.
Oh, okay.
The duck is trying to help me get up earlier. It's just rough because I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, you've never been a morning person.
Nope.
Except when you were 3 years old.
I think that's because I was 3 years old, not because I was a morning
I
person.
know, I know. I just remember my mom and dad cracking up. Unhappy, but not unhappy that you came in and said, Grandma and Grandpa, time to get up. The sun's up. Cute.
I got the wooden chest.
Okay, talk to the warden again. So I gotta go up this
Yep,
ladder.
up this weird ladder, and then down the weird ladder face, and then
I'm trying to
navigate
find the weird ladder. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you already go up?
Yeah. When you come down, the little rat guy that is over here will have a quest to pick up. And there's another little rat guy that has a quest nearby. So
Okay, where are you? Oh, there.
I'm down the ladder. So
I came down and I've got Jai, Askew.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, so follow the arrow without getting into a combat. Okay, I'm here with you. Oh, you'll curse swift strike.
Yeah, I saw him with a quest, so I figured I'd go talk to him first.
Okay, so we're gonna go beat up some albino Ashkers again.
Well, there's
Or we're gonna do
the
the dungeon.
interrogation room quest that we should be
Okay.
immediate. I was adjusting myself in the seat. It's not ready for you to go in yet, but that's okay. I'm good.
There passed a weary time. Each throat was
Oh, hey, this old guy is back.
when looking westward. And what's that? Wait, who are you? Some new warlord sent by Warden Bendamic?
Oh,
You're the wizard.
excuse me.
They are Death and Storm. Well, attacking the dagger.
Oh, did you put the ore up?
Yeah, I attacked him with the spider, and then it gives me a bonus aura to plus 25% life spells damage.
Ah.
I have another miner. Trying to build up points.
Yeah, I mean, I am just trying to get through my deck of sorts, because like I could cast one of my auras, but I it's not needed right now. Well, I'm not casting anything big yet. I'm just doing minors. Oh, I see. I got a dragon blade on me. Oh well.
I'm sorry. No, that's a... You have a dragon blade.
Yeah, I have a dragon blade on me. It's like, oh, it's because my little boy put it on me. Can't help it when he does that stuff.
No. I've got some crappy weakness thingy. Or health. It's an anti-health thing.
It's an anti-health one. Yeah, it's when you try to heal. Either on yourself or others.
Right. Oh, mine is 65% health. And it's a bonus 25% to hit. Which I have something big to throw at him. But it's not gonna... I don't think it'll kill him.
Immediately banned. Nice job there, buddy. I might as well try to get the orb blade first. Apologies for the ASMR of my... Uh-oh. Is it not picking up stuff?
I guess I... Oh, shoot.
Oh, no, it's okay.
No, I was going to heal myself, and I didn't get a spell cast in time. Oops.
For the orb break. Nice. Oh, it would block it crit. Bastard.
Yes, Peachy, I love you. Making biscuits is not going to get me to not do what I'm doing. Lay down and be good.
I can heal you.
I got it. I threw a drag on myself.
Oh, it's too late. I already cast my heal.
Well, it's not going to do a lot, but... Well, wow.
As long as this doesn't stun us. Oh no, just smoke screen. That sucks.
No, not smoke screen.
No, it hit me with a smoke screen. No, it hit me with a smoke screen.
Oh, is that a smoke screen?
Yeah, the little target with stars.
Targeting.
The targeting with stars, like the little target board with star effect around it, is a reduction in accuracy.
Inaccuracy.
Yeah.
Smoke screen is the one that just
does that to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bless you.
I don't know the name. I don't know the actual term of the modifier. I just know the effect, and I was like, "Oh, it hit me with a smoke screen. Cool." I love having a 50% chance to fizzle a useful thing for an ally.
Yeah.
That will only let me cast because of the new modern rules in this game once in a combat. It's like, so very good. I love being hosed immediately by the AI. I don't feel like a Team Blade is useful. You've not been throwing a lot of attack spells. I had a realization. What is that?
No. Oh no. No, maybe I didn't. I think I threw a minor.
No, you did. It's okay if you. I didn't know. I said I have a Team Blade if you think it'd be useful to cast.
Okay, well, I'm building pips, so yeah. I was worried you were throwing it right then, and I'm like...
No. I was saying I have it in my hand. I have two of them. I just didn't know if it would be useful if you have a big attack spell coming.
Let's see. Oh, I've got a myth spell. Athena battle site.
If we try to do Arlington Cemetery this year, my extra Metro card might come in handy. Oh, the one you bought was to go to the festival? Yeah, if you can find the other one you had. No, it would not get us closer with parking. The real issue is like, Mom needs to use the handicap placard, and then I think we would probably
I don't need to.
Stop!
I can
Stop! If you use it, we get a closer spot, and we probably just want to call ahead the park that week to figure out what will be the best day for us to go down, instead of like just on Thanksgiving Day itself. But if you're like, if there's a way to secure us a spot while we go down.
Okay.
The reason why taking the Metro anymore probably isn't feasible to at least Arlington is because, like, our first stop we could get to from our house is Franconia Springfield, which has a nice commuter lot near it. But if we're gonna Metro to a train stop location to make it easier for us, I feel like going to the mall and like Cap Metro or McPherson Square or Naval Yard is a better use of that than Arlington Cemetery. Because the cemetery entrance is a far walk. You know the big bridge? The Duck probably knows this, Mom may not. But there's a big bridge that crosses from the Jefferson to Arlington Cemetery. And the Metro stop is actually close to that. So you still have to walk a fair amount before you're actually in the cemetery itself from the Metro stop.
I actually don't mind driving.
I have strong feelings after doing this Awesome Con recently about driving in the city. I just realized I really hate it, but combo butt, if we can plan for during the Thanksgiving weekend, not doing it on Thanksgiving Day, but another day, maybe we will get better traffic to deal with. That's just me thinking out loud. It's not necessarily a possibility. I just know if the Metro stop for Arlington was closer than the parking. The handicap parking is right close to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which I think would be really cool for Mom to go to.
Yeah, since that's where the Amaranth always does their wreath laying and stuff.
But for the actual Metro entrance, it's been so long. God. I Metroed there in 2015, 2014, 15? That sounds right.
I thought it was after Dad died, so that would have been like.
So 2016 then. So I did it a couple years in a row, and I was metroing it at that time. But that's because I lived really close to the Metro, and going from Pentagon to the Arlington Cemetery wasn't that far of a Metro ride. I'm not exactly sure on how the logistics would pan out. And we can look at it. It's not like I'm saying no to it. I just don't know if it would actually be easier or not. Because I can't place the map in my head accurately enough to know if the walk is severely reduced doing that train ride. Now, like, I don't mind if we did the train ride that early in the morning, like we drove up to Farragut, Franconia Springfield, and took the train ride in the morning-ish time, because then we could walk the park and get back to our car before evening, and then that wouldn't be so bad. And then we could do that on Thanksgiving Day probably, and it'd be okay. Because then we wouldn't be going into DC proper on Thanksgiving Day.
Wow, diddly squat to cash. The cast.
I can make a bunch of pips for myself. I don't really need to right now. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't suggesting VRE. Yeah, no, VRE would be awful. I don't want to go to Union Station and then try to make that way over there. That's just like a long-ass day. But like, if we drove up to Franconia and Springfield and then took that to Arlington Cemetery Station, that might be doable. We also, like, I know there's been some construction on the Blue Yellow, so we just need to make sure, like, this year as it gets closer, that stop is actually open during Thanksgiving. Because I feel like I've seen a lot of notices about different stations being closed, and I just, like, want to make sure we don't hose ourselves. Still thinking about the pigeons in Union Station. When I went to, the Smithsonian Complex, the little underground food court area, there were pigeons in the food court. It weirded me out. I didn't comprehend why. no one did anything, but people don't. Like, do they know how to get out? And they just live there. Yeah, because of food and shelter. Literally, because it's warm. There's free food because people will feed them or drop food on the ground. The pigeons have it good.
Remember, pigeons are rats with wings.
No, the duck knows this. I've called them that before in front of them. They know I do not have strong opinions of pigeons. I mean, that I do have strong opinions of pigeons.
And you probably don't like birds all that much from me having the parakeet when you were a baby.
I mean, I don't hate them. But I don't have a good experience in my recollection of them. I don't have a bad one, I just don't have a good one.
Oh.
Almost there.
Santos was sentenced to 7 years.
I only like pet pigeons, but me and Zealot have argued about me owning a bird. I refuse to die on that hill. Oh, on owning a bird?
Well, when you've got cats, you don't want a bird. Michael won't remember, Zealot won't remember this because he was 5. When we first moved in the house, I had the parakeet, one parakeet still. And he was the obnoxious one. And we got Garfield the kitten. And I came home for lunch one day while Zealot was at school and my husband was at work. And Garfield was hanging on the side of the cage and the bird was going nuts. So that's when I had to move the bird to the library because I didn't want to come home and find the cage empty and bird feathers everywhere.
That was a nice hit.
They can claim parrots and cats will get along, but you have to go through a lot of training and just watching because birds can bleed to death so fast.
And once a cat or dog knows the taste of blood of an animal, they cannot be trusted not to hunt that animal ever again.
Well, Garfield just jumped up on the cage because that thing was moving all over the cage and it was a toy, you know?
No, I've talked about the taste for blood thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
I directly talked about Little Spaz, but I talked about that being a similar incident. My issue is you could raise a kitten and like a bigger bird together, but you've got to be mindful that if the cat ever bites the bird and tastes blood, that bird probably isn't safe anymore around the cat.
Well, and birds can bite really hard too. So the bigger birds, those can be painful bites too.
Well, yeah, like that's like
I mean, my parakeet Little Spaz drew blood on me, biting me when I first was finger training him. He bit the skin that's between your thumb and your hand. He bit down and punctured all the way through, and it took my husband peeling the bird off of me because I couldn't get a hand on the beak to peel the beak loose. So
again, I don't hate birds. I just don't have a strong opinion on them.
no, but you can litter train cats and even dogs can use pee pads, but birds poop wherever they poop. They don't. I don't know that you can train. You just have to have lots of.
No, you couldn't. It would need to be like a ground bird, like a duck or a chicken. And my only issue with chickens have high aggression rates. So like now you're in duck territory, and ducks are biters, which can lead to a cat biting a duck, and then you're back to the issue of did the cat taste for blood on the duck?
I'm just warning you that unless you clip their wings so they can't fly, you're going to have poop everywhere. Because my parakeets pooped on the curtain rods, they pooped down the walls.
Again, this is why, like...
couches. And that poop was like little pebbles. It was no big deal. A pigeon's a bigger bird.
I have no problem with birds being taken care of outside the house, but inside the house, I have I don't want them flying around. They would have to be in a cage the entire time because, again, of the mess
And that's not
issue.
fair to them because then they're not getting exercise.
Correct. Like, and that's the issue with having a cat in the house anyways. Like, you'd have to have dedicated rooms to keep the animals separated. That's doable in this house, but that's not going to be guaranteed in any other house. And Ryder's too old. So, like, if you would want to get a bird and a cat at the same time, we'd want to get a kitten and, like, a bigger bird under a year old, so they could at least grow up near each other and at least learn some boundaries together.
Are you talking about a leash on a bird? Because that's a problem, because if they try to take off and fly and their the leash is on their leg, you can actually pull their leg and cause serious injuries.
Well, and you wouldn't put it on their leg; you'd put it around their neck. They have.
Not.
You also have body harness leashes that are for birds too.
Okay, body harness I can go with. You don't want it around the neck either.
I am not coming up with cruel suggestions. I'm just saying that, like, it's not just going to be a foot leash. A foot leash sounds cruel on its own. That just sounds has negative connotations to me, and I don't like them.
No, Magma.
Hell yeah, let's use the ick. Let's see how bad it goes.
Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I never had anything like that for my parakeet. My parakeet was in the cage. I never took it outside.
I mean, I think a leash on an animal in general outside, if we know it's going to be inside most times, is a good way to let it get an outside experience without it endangering itself. So I don't particularly have an issue there.
No, my parakeet was only outside once, and that's the night that I accidentally dropped the cage and it broke loose and he got out.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, finally, somebody saw my notice and let me know, and I went and picked up my bird. Your dad and I used to joke that someday there was going to be a knock at the door and these little blue sparrows were showing up going, "Where's our dad?"
Well, that gave me more backlash because I attacked. Okay. Well... oh, they sent you I think a picture of the pigeon McFoley.
Yeah, I think... Oh, wow. Lightning's been detected in my area? Really?
Wow. It's almost like it's April.
Oh, there's a storm kind of coming our way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, we only got another half hour before, like, I want to be done, so...
That's fine, then I can do my supper.
Yeah. I figure we'll try to finish this fight out, and we'll see what the next quest is. I still don't really understand how to do the shadow form, so I'm trying to figure out with this one, because I think I like it, but I'm not really positive.
So what's it do?
Oh, it attacked! Hell yeah! Okay.
What spell was that?
I cast blades on you and it attacked. Oh. It fucked me up, though!
So what was the thing that started the spirit? I mean, the shadow.
I had a spell called Fiend, or like Dark Fiend or something.
Oh, okay.
And it likes certain spells, so like I cast blades on you, and it seemed to like that. I guess I don't.
But you took 2,000 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, the downside there was I got clobbered like a freight train. The upside was it hit them like a freight train. Was Ryuji his paintings with his feet? That's true. Yeah, Ryuji was chatting with me. Again, I feel like I'm pretty good with most animals if they're social animals. Like, this is a problem. A lot of people think their animals are social and they're not. But Shepherd's birds were very social. I have been blessed and therefore baned by the fact that, like, Ryder was my first cat on my own. Because Ryder's a very social kitty and he very fits my energy. And so, like, having to shoot the streak twice with a future pet is worrying me a little bit, like, in general. Because it's a lot easier with a dog or cat to get a social animal. I just don't know anything about birds, if birds are inherently a social creature or not. Because, like, Mom's two parakeets, Little Spaz was not a social creature, but Spaz was kind of social. Only really to Mom.
Very social. Spaz died when you were only 2 years old, honey. Or,
Yeah.
no,
I, like,
5 years. You were 5 years old before we moved, just before we moved
just
out to
before
the
we
house.
moved, yeah, Spaz died in the cage. And then
Yeah.
little Spaz died a couple years after.
No, little Spaz was
98.
yeah, probably a couple of years. It was at
Yeah.
the library. He was at the library a year and a half,
I thought it was like 97, 98 when he died.
somewhere in there.
But yeah, little Spaz was not a social bird, but Spaz could be social. I think Spaz was like social specific, like
Spaz was very much my guard and my bird, not your dad's.
yeah, that's what I mean by
He was
like
very
social
jealous of
specific.
your dad.
He was not inherently a social critter, whereas like Ryder's inherently a social critter. The last cat that you had that was very social, I think, was probably Kara and Bootsy. Because Magma's not really social. Magma is menacing. Peach is not
Actually,
social.
no, Magma does want to be social. Ellie likes
Yeah,
to be
he wants to
social.
bully them as his social form. He's not.
No. There's times that he is friendly. You should see how he acts to Bob and Sue. He's a completely different cat with them. He cuddles, loves them, hops up on the couch between them and nuzzles
That doesn't
them.
make him a social kitty, though. Because he doesn't do that with everyone. A social animal does that with everyone implicitly. Not with people they're used
It's
to.
also, I think he knows that they're no threat to me, and anything that he sees as a potential threat to me is when he gets reactionary.
And that's fine, but that doesn't make him...
But also, you've really not been around Ellie a lot, but Ellie is very social.
No, I know Ellie is social. I was going through the cats I grew up with. I haven't lived with Ellie, so I wouldn't argue for Ellie. But Ellie has been social to us every time we come
Garfield
home.
was social until one of our gaming friends, I think, kind of ruined him on it.
Oh,
'Cause
hell
she
yeah.
just
Let me take
wallowed him.
those and get some pips out of that, buddy.
Bootsy was social. Bootsy loved on everybody that was here when they were visiting and ignored me. It was funny. She didn't come over to let me pet her at all when people were here because it was like, I'll get pets from you when they're gone. She wanted to be petted by other people while they were here.
I didn't
Charlie
realize...
was kind of social, but she was very... It had to be on her terms.
I don't feel like she was social to strangers. She was social to you and Dad because she got used to you. But
then when you went to DC, she changed a little bit.
Well, it's because I didn't come home, you know?
No, I mean, she changed some of her social skills.
Well, that's fair.
She changed a little bit.
That's fair. But, like, Ryder out the gate was social and has been social the entire time. That is not normal in pets, is what I'm trying to give down. You're arguing with me a little bit on this, and I'm trying to explain that, like, Ryder is more social than any cat we've ever had, more than any dog I've ever really seen, other than, like, our friend Vix's parents' dog that just chilled with me by the couch while we were up at their house when we visited them last year. I have never run into a dog who was truly social with me like Ryder is social with me. Like... And I feel like I've been spoiled by that a lot. So, again, like I said, having to roll the dice twice on a pet and hoping that they bond well with me when I'm that kind of way. We're like, we're going to have people over. We need an animal that can handle having people over. I know Magma is good with Bob and Sue, but Magma probably would not be able to handle a lot of people coming over like he used to. Again, COVID changed him because he got used to not being an issue.
And I think if it happened on a regular basis, he would change back. It would come back to him, but he hasn't had to.
And he's also older too. When he was younger, that kind of flexibility would be understandable, but I don't know if he'd have that flexibility now as an older cat. You know?
And the funny thing is, Peachy actually is now letting people pet him. He doesn't go up to them, but he'll let them pet him.
Well, again,
it's better than him hiding from everybody but me.
Yeah, that still doesn't make him a social creature. It just makes him, like, not antisocial, you know?
But realize COVID changed all of my cats' attitudes so much.
Yeah.
Ellie is the first post-COVID cat I've adopted. And she's very social.
Yes. And it's because she loves attention. She loves people.
She can't get enough of being cuddled. I got to get some health.
There's a Taylor Coleridge here. Alright, there's Taylor Coleridge by that dungeon we just did. He's got a quest for us.
Okay.
I appear to owe you again for freeing me from another. How did I get here? Ahead of you? You're trying to reach the I'll show you how to beat her. This way. We go down and travel the way she can.
Okay. And then, okay, so we've got Bob, a skewed view, mutation chamber, and albino lashes. Let's see where they're at. Albino lashes aren't that far.
Which one are we doing?
I was seeing how far away they were, each of these. Albino lashes appear to be the closest.
You want to go and do that before you quit?
Yeah, we can do the albino lashes before I'm done for the day.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brody. That's the most talkative you've been since I brought you home with the meds. Brody.
Sorry, I was sending unsolicited bird pics. That's understandable. I could hear the Mama Zealot's phone buzzing.
I'll look at them later. Since I followed the Twitch stream on my phone, it's kind of hard to bounce back and forth.
That's fair. I cast a Meteor Strike, and then I boosted up its ability to pierce in case they had fire resistance of some variety. Yeah, you critted too. Man, they have a lot of pips at the start of this combat round. I don't like that. Oh, good. Oh, I blocked the crit. Nice. Let's go. Fun.
Oh, great. A humongo frog.
I blocked the crit, and I barely took less damage than you did. Very weird. I blocked another crit. I'll take that. I'm not going to complain about blocking crits. I'm just... Damn, that guy hit hard for a crit. That got blocked.
Bless you.
Bless
Bless you
it's just a season to be sneezy.
Yeah.
Okay, I just remember they have their own little Instagram. Oh, the birds, nice. Oh yeah, I remember Shepard talking about that. Because Shepard makes them part of like their little presentation when they do art shows and stuff, if I recall right. But no, my therapy went well today, Mom. It was just a meet up with the therapist, but I got to we conversed for the time I was there, and we were talking about life experiences to like understand each other. And at least I got a therapist who understands I've been through some hardships with my job, and so I'm not necessarily like other people when it comes to what is eating me and what is my durability. So it was nice to know that like the person I'll be working with has an understanding for those kind of roles.
I thought you had to be concerned about what you say though because of clearance.
Only if I do hypnotism. As long as I don't do any hypnotism based therapies, that's not the issue.
Okay.
Because the issue is typically like
if you had to use somebody in the agency.
No, it was when the Kabul bombing wasn't a declassified thing. That was an issue. That's why I resisted doing stuff on it. But like, Kremenchuk is a publicly known event, and it just happens to be a nightmare for me that I worked it. But the Kabul bombing had details that like I know details that I could talk about, but because of the it not being previously declassified until like 2023, I couldn't talk to anyone about it other than internal staff because like the thing that's triggering me has not been fully declassified, so I don't want to cause an issue. And like I'd be protected by law, I just don't want to get caught up in the trifling of that necessarily.
So I'm not understanding Ducky's comment.
I'm not like other girls. Well, because your PTSD is related to stuff that you can mention now, but you previously can't. Yeah. Like I think the joke about I'm not like other girls. Like a lot of people have PTSD from family, friends, bad trauma experiences in their personal life. So there's the privacy concern of talking about it with anyone. But there's not a legal thing that can endanger them for talking about it. That legal thing can apply to me, though, if I'm not careful about it. Because even if I talk with a secured person, such as a counselor, if I still engage in a federal crime in the purpose of talking with a counselor, and that counselor recognizes that, they can still report me. So, like Like, even if I didn't intend to do it, I just talked about something. Like, that's why I had been up to this point not doing that at all, because I was just like, well, until they finish declassification of it like they promised, I just don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, because I don't want to say something and get in trouble for it. Even if I don't think I would, even if I don't think that's a thing that's on the table, the part of my brain that is a Boy Scout through and through just doesn't want to be a rule breaker, isn't wanting to go near that with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, LOL's stupid fun, Hockey. Yeah. Also, hi, Hockey. How are you doing?
Hi, Hockey.
So they get a pip for every one of mine. And I get a pip for every one of theirs. So that is not useful right now. I guess I'm just... Oh, he's got very little health left. Do you have a miner? No. Okay, I'll kill him. Yeah, like, if you had concerns about work content, you wanted to take that to your job first rather than the therapist, which is what I did. Like, as soon as I got all out of shifts, I went to go talk to an on-work counselor to talk about stuff, to make sure. Which is why, like, they were supposed to refer me to a counselor, because they had determined that nothing I had talked about was classified anymore. So I was like, cool! And then they never got back to me. And then...
It could be, it's just like people get busy and it flies under the radar and they forget.
Well, yeah, but that's the bicycle jab in the VA moment. I don't... The people we hired for in-work therapists were people on loan from the VA, to my understanding. So, I already hear bad enough shit from the VA from Arbiter and...
Oh, I wasn't talking about VA.
With.
I was thinking me as a person at the library when I'm doing stuff and somebody asks me something. If I don't write it down, it's out of sight, out of mind.
I get that, but when your job is to be an on-site counselor and that's all you do every day, you know what? Following up with your patients is a pretty important thing to do. And when I follow up as the patient with you and you go, I don't remember this conversation, Mr. Zealot, man, it's going to burn me to pursue that path, Which is why I was reticent.
That just means that they probably weren't listening when you talked to them the last time and you asked them that.
Yes, that's just why, like, at the end of the day, when Gaza kicked up, I was like, I'll deal with this after Gaza.
Stop.
Yeah,
we have a dungeon. Are we wanting to stop here before the dungeon?
Yes, so we are wanting to stop here because you want to eat and I need to go prep.
Get ready for your game. Yes, I know.
Yeah. But no, like, you interrupted my thought. I was trying to say something tangible. I'm trying to remember now.
You were talking about the therapist not paying attention enough to be able to remember the conversation with you to follow up.
That wasn't the issue because they did that during the therapy appointments. It was just the fact they never followed up. And then Gaza happened. And that I wasn't going to do that during Gaza because the way I understand how my own brain works is when I go to therapy, I need the rest of the day to just come off of it. So, like, I wasn't going to try to fuck around with that while I was dealing with Gaza work. And again, Gaza is another field of work that doesn't have a lot of classification stuff behind it because the stuff I worked was all unclassified shit. It's just depressing, But finding out that the counselor I'm working with is coming in with a prior work history of dealing with very dark subjects, so, like, talking about human toll as a thing that is affecting me is not necessarily alien to them. Is nice to know. It means I'm dealing with someone who has at least experience with that. And that was my issue with the on-work site counselors that I saw initially in 2023, was it was clear they had never dealt with death. And that was very weird to me, because why are you an on-site work counselor if you've never dealt with death?
Yeah.
And you're dealing with the military,
Right.
So...
Hey, they fixed those 2 blank spots in our spell deck. Well,
you had them. I never did.
Really?
Yeah. It was only you. It was never me.
Weird.
I don't know what happened to your deck, but yeah. We talked about this last time when you brought it up. You're like, this is there. And I'm like, I don't see him in mine, so it must be your deck, not mine. Anyway, let's see. The people I'm playing with are not yet live. So let me figure out who to wait. Alright, Sky's playing Valorant. Flex is playing Fortnite. And T is playing some SpongeBob game. Let's go bug Sky.
Hi, Brody.
Alright, Mom. I'm gonna be closing out my stream here shortly. And
All right. Guys, have a good night.
you too. You take care. I love you, and I'll talk to you
Love
later
you
in the
too.
weekend.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, everyone.
Alright, folks. I wish you all well. Sing Sky some love for me. They're sweating it out playing Valorant. Surely nothing can go wrong. I see Hockey's already in the chat there. Traitor. Can't believe it. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Have fun. If you want to stay aware of me tonight, I am going to be on my little friendo Yariko-san stream playing some Age of Empires 2. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing, but I know we'll be doing that tonight, so that's something to look forward to with me. So just let me all know. And take care. Love y'all. Be well. Have some fun. Why won't it let me raid? That's weird. I don't know why it won't let me raid. No, because okay, it has like this viewership like thing right at the top. Like if I'm not looking at this thing, it won't let me do it. Okay. There it goes.